Just take it away, my friend.
Hi everyone, hope you're all doing good. I am Ecdycis, this is Dead Rising 2. We're gonna get this pretty quickly. I know that we've been falling behind. I made safety saves, and yeah, we're gonna be ready to go in a moment. Time's gonna start once we begin these slicicles. So, Dead Rising 2. Last time I think I ran into GDQ was Dead Rising 1, so I guess it's the natural follow-up, and same with time skip. If we're about ready to go, I'll count it down. Or in fact, I'll have the game do it. We'll do introductions while we're doing slicicles. Go! Okay, so I'm Ecdycis. I do a lot of horror games. I run a bunch of them, and I love the Dead Rising franchise. That's about that. Would you like to introduce yourself, Couch?
Yeah. My name is Nally. I run Dead Rising 2, Dead Rising 4, and a couple of other games here and there.
All right, so starting things off, this is Slicicles. This is a 1-minute multiplayer game. This game really wanted to have like an online multiplayer thing called Terror's Reality, so they make you play this so you can get adjusted to it. The gimmick is we need to win. Currently, it's 19,000 to 4,000. It's a stomp. That's good. In terms of gameplay styles, Leon would be your only competition, but I have no idea what happened to him. He's trying his best out there. Adam kind of goes in these weird diagonal lines, and Chris tries his best. He just sort of... There he is. He's going... Oh, Adam. Hi. Anyway, though, we do need to win this. It does give you money, but more importantly, it gives you experience. And the experience will be very important, because we are doing time skip new game. New game means I'm starting from a level 1 fresh file, and time skip is something that is going to allow us to run Dead Rising. It is a mod founded by the Dead Rising speedrun community, and it just lets us actually speedrun this game, because if you know anything about Dead Rising, it is a 6-hour auto-scroller. And as exciting it would be for me to sit here for 6 hours waiting, I think this is a little bit better. All right, so we have won the game, and now we are Chuck Green, which I don't know if we ever got to see it, but backstage there's some really cool easel art of Chuck wearing a hat, and I just love seeing that. You guys see it, right?
It was. Yeah.
Right now we're in the prologue. We're going to be going to find our daughter because we just got paid $10,000 to be on the zombie show. There's Amber. She makes fun of us. But we're just going to immediately go to the zombie stuff. Now, prologue. The whole goal is that you want to be the world's greatest dad. You're going to run to the end. You're going to save your daughter. And I'm just kidding. We're going to die immediately. So the two ways of beating this are either dying or you make it to the end. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bump into these zombies. And there we go. Got grab. So great and grab by the zombies. I have 4 health. They're just going to eat me. What's going to happen is the game kind of doesn't want you to game over immediately in the prologue. So instead of having to run all the way to the end and escorting my daughter, she's just going to go like, Dad, you knocked out, and then carry us back to the safe house. She's really strong for like a 10-year-old?
Yeah.
And there's the prologue. Okay, so we can actually get into the game now. I'm also mashing the start button during all this. There is a way you can actually make it so you hold down the start button to skip cutscenes, but sometimes it has issues with that on running the game. It's infrequent and it's not bad at home, but in person, I did not want to risk anything wrong with this game because this port is a bit of a mess sometimes. The game itself is great. It's just PC ports back in the day weren't the easiest to program. Anyway, we're now in the main game, and time skip is working. You can tell because the Katie Zombrex mission is already almost to the end. Normally, you have a lot more time to kind of play around, look around. This helps you find optional boss fights, survivors, stuff like that. We're just doing the main story campaigns here, and we can finally kind of get into the game. Also, I did submit this game last year to GDQ, and I was on backup, and I'm really happy that we waited a year, because a lot of stuff was found that's truly going to change the route, and I'm so happy for that. The most importantly is I'm about to get a phone call, and for the longest time, I didn't know you can mute the phone. So now you don't have to hear the constant ringing and me just not answering the phone. It's kind of nice because otherwise it'd just be ring, ring, ring infinitely. Right now, we're going to be getting to the major part of Dead Rising. For Dead Rising runs, we love skateboarding. It's kind of like more of an extreme sports zombie game than anything, so we're just going to punch that glass. He's going to hope his hand's going to be okay. We're going to grab a handgun, and we're going to grab 3 boards. Now, to start with skateboards in this game take about 4 hits on a zombie. You can actually use the kill count at the bottom right in order to tell. Also, look, there's a Playboy advertisement. Back when this game came out, it was a weird thing where video games got sponsorships, and this game takes place in Vegas, so I guess they found it fitting. It's not even off the record, but it's here, so if you're wondering why that's there, that's why it's there. Anyway, more about skateboards. They take 4 hits. They're also really different from Dead Rising 1 because it's very floaty, if that makes sense. So if you see me boarding a certain way, that is why. We're having our first major fight. These are the looters. They're enemies that will spawn in shops. We're just going to gun them down with 3 hits to the head each. And now we're going to be getting to a really cool trick that's going to make the boarding much better. I just said boards take about 4 hits. First off, we're going to recruit Denise, and I don't need that chair. We're going to recruit Denise. Denise is a good friend. Why? She's going to give me experience. We're going to ignore her now. She's going to try her best out there. Good luck. What I'm going to do now is a trick called ghost boarding. This is found by Pokesol. a Dead Rising speedrunner. I'm going to bash that utility cart into the wall, and now I'm just going to skateboard. And with that, for some reason, we're a ghost now. I ignore everything I just said. We're just going to skateboard through every zombie in the game. See, it just ghost boarding. Now, there is a catch with that. It does only work per instance, so if I load another area, it will drop. If I get grabbed, it will also drop, and if I swap off items, it will drop. We're not sure why it works, but Pokestall did some playing around, just rammed an item in a wall, and found you could run through zombies. This works in every version of this game's engine too, so if you're playing like Dead Rising Case Zero, Case West, off the record, it all works. And just an off the record, it's not nearly as necessary because you have skateboards that are made out of tanks in that game. For reference between the 3 games, Dead Rising 1 has 3, this game has 4, Dead Rising 2 off the record has like, I think 60? So you just kind of do that infinitely. We're actually going to be having a unique trick with the boards later where we're going to be moving away from that, but for now, we need to make sure we give Katie her Zombrex, because Katie needs her Zombrex every day. And there we go. And you're about to see time skip in action. Next case will occur at 7 a.m. And good news, it's 7 a.m. now. We fast forwarded. If you're wondering, this just removes the wait, like I mentioned, so we're now in the official game happening. A lot of the cases as well are meant to be, hey, come back and do the mission. We're also going to learn about a fun favorite mechanic of Dead Rising, which is the combo weapons. I guess spoiler alert on that one, we're not going to ever use combo weapons because we're at level 1, and a lot of the melee strength kind of requires you to be not level 1. We will level up throughout the run, which is why we are gathering the experience, but it's just kind of something to note for right now. A very important part right now is that I want to make sure my boarding's going to be very good. The more boards we can carry to the next section, the better. I got a really nice path there, and I only have 1 kill. So this is actually the best boarding I've had in a while. There's also RNG on Denise, because she can just run around, and she might do that. One more important thing to mention on boarding before I kind of stop talking about that, because early games, a lot of this, you may notice I'm not holding down accelerate sometimes. Chuck's hitbox is really weird. If he's accelerating, he is very big. If you're not accelerating, you're the size of the skateboard, which is nice. Also, I'm not going to go for it, but you can like bypass that wheelchair, and it's fast. There's also a glitch where you can immediately unequip and re-equip items by double tapping the D-pad. It's nice for dismounting. If you don't do that, it's a very long dismount and can go bad. As well, right now we're entering our first escort session of the game. We're going to have to escort some survivors and some characters, so we should be going right to the hotel, and that should be good. Also, I'm trying really hard not to break this board. I might be able to carry 3 all the way to the end. All right, so Nally, would you like to explain what we're about to do?
Sure. So this is going to be a typical escort mission. We just need to get Rebecca from point A to point B, and point B is the security office. Right at the beginning, we're actually going to be doing a little pathing manipulation. I found this at SGDQ last year, and I promptly forgot that I found it. But we're essentially body blocking Rebecca so that we can talk to her quicker, so that she could start her little escort mission quicker.
Oh God, I'm gonna lose the race. I'm gonna lose the race.
Oh, here we go.
I have to just like, oh no, that's you. Oh, wait, there we, oh, what, okay.
It's okay.
Well, that was weird. You know what the worst part is? What? I didn't even get the skateboard. It's like all the way over there.
Oh no.
Oh God, okay, here we go.
Yep, so again, we're just gonna escort Rebecca to the end. We can do that by grabbing a cart that's near the end of this area. There's 2 things that we're going to do with this cart. 1, we're going to clear a path for Rebecca, and 2, we're going to kill zombies with it. By doing that, we gather experience so that we can level up quicker.
More importantly as well, this is kind of a bit of downtime, so 2 things. 1, I'm going to change outfits. Why? It's fun. You get to see Chuck really zoomed in. You can see the real heart of the game right here. And 2, we're kind of just waiting, as we said, we're waiting, as you said, killing zombies. So before I do one thing, I just want to explain, cars in this game are weird. You can move at a regular speed, or if you push forward twice, you move twice as fast. So I'm actually swapping the keyboard here a little bit while holding down the gas button on my controller, and it stacks the speed. Anyway, while we're playing around with zombies, Kung Fu, if you'd like to read about 2 donations, go for it.
Yeah, absolutely. We have $33.33 from Furret Skin, who says, good luck, Ecdycis. Do it for the post-run burger. And then we also have $50 from Manticore, who says, thankfully made it back home just in time for Ecdycis running Dead Rising 2. Why didn't I take my vacation 1 week later? Greetings from home. Wait, that's not right.
One more.
Alrighty, $10 from Streetback Guy, who says, hello, Ecdycis, me again. just wishing you luck on the Dead Rising 2 run. The whole Dead Rising community are giving you their support. P.S. Slappy is still the best DR2 psycho.
He is. All right, so we're going to be doing a trick here once again, or having a lot of these carts, as you can see, and we're actually going to be waiting for Rebecca because she'll just kind of follow us. She always wants to beeline to the end. There's a minor trick I can do here. I failed this in the practice room, which is incredibly minor, and it's just kind of shameful of him. So let's see if I get it. I got it. Hey, she has a really far radius, so you just activate it early. And now we're going to be ghostboarding again. Oh, but ghostboarding again. There we go. So ramming on the wall, my skateboard's gonna make good. I could have taken 3 boards, but the thing is, had like 1 more hit on it, so it's gonna be easier just to ghostboard. You see, look, you can just go through them. This also works with any item in the game. You can't swap off of it. Now that we got that, we're gonna be heading back to the safe house. But first, we do have that secondary mechanic. As we said, Katie needs her Zombrex every day. So we're gonna be a good dad, and we're gonna be gathering said Zombrex. While we're doing this as well, we're gonna be going up here, and we're gonna have something that's not really known in a lot of Dead Rising games, but we're having a platforming section. It's really awkward to miss this, by the way, because I guess, area you can jump is not nearly as generous as it seems it should be. So if I look like I'm jumping at a specific time, that is why. I think I almost fell off that one, by the way. This is fixed and off the record, and I don't know why. Anyway, there we go. We are now getting the hidden Zombrex, which is going to just be around the map. We're going to be grabbing 3 in total. That is the first of 3, and like I said, every day, that means 24-hour cycles. In total, you go through about, I think, 3 in-game days throughout the cases. So that is going to be the point there. We're also going to be amping up the run in one moment here. Case 1's always kind of the easiest one. It's like, oh, hey, you get to meet the reporter character, and you get to kind of just learn how the lay of the land works. Once you start entering Case 2, things are going to pick up quite a lot, especially around the mid-game. Also, I give one thing real credit here for Dead Rising 1 and Dead Rising 2. This game, you can just hold down the escape button and you'll just kind of permanently do it. And other games, you just have to mash it, which is not really the best. So there is that. Anyway, we are finishing up with Case 1-4 here, and we're going to begin, I guess, entering what could be called as hell for this game. If I'm worried about any cases, it's going to be case probably 3-2. That's the case that really causes the most issues. So if you guys are watching at home, be on the lookout for that one. It's coming up very soon. Right now that we are on Ticket to Ride. Plot of this game, I haven't really talked about it much. Chuck Green wanted to make money to fund his daughter's Zombrex medicine. So he comes not to Vegas, because this is Fortune City, because Vegas got blown up in the real world for this. And as a whole, you're getting framed for crime, so you need to stop that, and that requires you to interact with a guy named TK a lot. So the mission right now is that we're going to be going all the way over to the Yucatan Casino, and we need to then go into the underground tunnels. This is a mission that gives you tunnel access. Also, Denise's get out of the way. She's just body blocking us. She'll do that. It's RNG. We did save her, and also, survivors in this game are tanks. They will live almost forever. They take a long time to die of loneliness. And like Dead Rising 1, they're immediately gone. Dead Rising 2, they live forever. So she'll just be here for a while, actually. I mean, it's good company. Also, here's a minor trick. Let's see if I get it. It's called the moon jump. You can jump off of ramps, and you jump really, really high. It does not have many uses, but it's good for avoiding zombie hordes. All right, so we're going to be grabbing the next Zombrex on the way. We're going to be grabbing a lot of materials to deal with this upcoming session. So, nallyq, would you like to explain what's going on with this one?
Yep, so we need to gather Zombrex. We are actually going to climb up onto this box and grab it. Normally, Chuck takes 10 years to climb. I don't know why, but we are just going to quickly gather that Zombrex. And then the next Zombrex is going to be in the Yucatan Casino.
All right, good thing I didn't bonk there. Also, usually I like taking the right conveyor belt because skateboarding on a conveyor belt makes you slightly faster. It's going to be convenient just to keep this in mind. And also, the right will always go towards Yucatan, and then the left will always go towards Salt Ranch. Knowing the casinos is pretty important, especially in late game. But, you know, it's just kind of nice to look at the various locations throughout the game. As well, we're going to be entering a boss fight and immediately ignoring it because this game has a lot of optional psychopaths, boss fights, and this is Ted and Snowflake. Snowflake gets to live forever because we're not going to interact with Snowflake. However, if I mess up here, Snowflake can immediately try to kill me. So let's make this fast, shall we? As Nally said, we're going to be climbing this little staircase right here, and there's going to be 2 things up here. It's going to be the Zombrex and the LMG. I'm getting shot at and get hit. I'm actually going to skateboard off this, immediately turn, and I like to cut to the right because that's going to avoid the most zombies. In case you're wondering as well, is there a good path to take? The path with the least zombies. If you're hitting too many zombies, you're breaking the board. We're also going to start hitting real RNG, and the run's going to kind of start changing depending on what we get. Because as we level up, we're going to get different upgrades. These can vary from things like health, stock, range damage. They're always roughly the same upgrades, but they're cycled levels 2 through 10. So the thing is, I can get really lucky, and I can get like stock and stock early, or I could never even see stock. That can happen. It is a 1 in 5 chance of happening. It's incredibly unlucky. Anyway, I do have a safety save here, just in case, but we shouldn't need it. We're going to begin Ticket to Ride, and we're finally going to be dealing with TK's Dragoons. To start things off, I'm going to be going over to the left so I don't bonk into anything. I'm going to the right. This guy's going to shoot me. I'm now going to pummel him in the skull with 3 bullets each. That was 5. This is much better than just blank shooting because there's kind of a weird bit of invulnerability they get. But hey, look, 3 dudes are dead. What's going to happen now? I'm going to chase after with a motorcycle. I want to make sure I don't go too fast. If you go too fast, they'll throw things at you, and that slows you down, and you'll be slow enough not to catch this. There's a very risky strat you can do going on the right. However, I don't think it's worth it because it barely saves time. So I'm going to go on the left. I'm going to make sure I'm avoiding any of the projectiles thrown at me, too many zombies, and this amp on the ground that's just been left here. I need to make sure I make this jump, so let's see. And I got it. Okay.
Close.
Anyway, I'll take over while I gun down these dudes on this train. There we go.
Yep, so basically we just need to clear the train. Theoretically, we can skate through the second half of the train, but it's just not optimal. 1, because, I mean, guys are shooting at you. 2, there are a lot of objects that you can get caught on. If you do get shot too much, there is health items that are scattered throughout the train, and we are getting our first level up here, probably.
You know what? I need it. I want stock, please. If I get stock, it's worth it. What did I get? I didn't get stock or health. Oh my God, it wasn't worth it. Oh. I wonder what I got now. I don't even know.
Well, it's a surprise now.
Well, I hope it's good, because it's not... is it... Message expired. Oh. Well, I don't know what I got. I didn't get anything good, so that's going to be bad news for later. It should be fun. Right now, the last thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be grabbing a shotgun on the way back because we're going to be going back to give Katie her Zombrex because she needs her Zombrex every day. So we're doing that. Kung Fu, how about a few donations?
Yeah, absolutely. They are coming in. Also, we're getting really close to 500K, so I'd love to hit that this morning. So we have $20 from Zex Inns, who says, my first GDQ, I saw Ecdycis run Dead Rising 1. Since then, I've been part of his awesome community and introduced to a ton of cool horror games. It's been a great time watching the Dead Rising 2 grind. This one's for the rats.
Hey.
We also have some, there's one that I really liked. Okay, here we go. $50 from CC, who says, Chuck, you're supposed to be getting Katie her Zombrex, and instead you're drinking in your underwear. And don't give me that it's faster this way line again.
It is. Also, we just passed a boss fight. That's the Brandon boss fight. It's optional in this game, so we're just gonna let him live his best life in the toilets. He's just living there. Normally you have to fight him, but we don't have to here because he's optional. There is a category called All Bosses that does happen, and it's pretty fun to watch. Pretty fun to run as well. But this is the regular time skip, so we're just kind of doing the story bosses and story characters, which we will have some bosses, and there'll be fun bosses too. As well, we are getting ready for that one deadly case I was talking about. So how about we get 1 or 2 more donations before we enter the worst case?
Oh, sure thing. We have $5 from Phantom Box, who says, Dead Rising is one of my favorite game series of all time, so I just had to donate to show my support. Shout out to Ecdycis and the Dead Rising speedrun community. Let's get some hype going.
Hey,
let's go.
One more.
All right, $50 from Germ a Rat, who says, I remember my friend first showed me Dead Rising 2. Shout out to Gus, dude.
All right, so we're gonna have a lot to talk about, and this is probably my favorite one, but first, Katie needs her Zombrex. There she is. Also, Katie's a gamer. She plays Mega Man. She just does that in her spare time. You can also gift her to the tiger, which I guess world's greatest dad giving her a tiger. So now it's time for a run for the money. So any Dead Rising runner knows this. This is one of the worst cases because let me just break it down for you. There are 4 vaults we're going to have to go after. 3 of them are going to be standard gunfights. The 4th one's going to be taking out I'll call it a boss. It's like a giant van. Now the thing is, in Dead Rising 2 base, there's no checkpoints. So I had to make saves, which I do have safety saves here, luckily. Hopefully won't need them. But they have a lot of guns, and there's a lot of zombies, and there's a lot that can go wrong. So I have the LMG and the shotgun for a reason, which we will be seeing about now. We're going to start things off the Americana Casino. The Americana Casino is going to have about, I think all of them have about 5 goons. These are TK's guys. They're trying to, you know what, after going for RE6, they're trying to get like $100 million. Surprising enough. What's the Capcom on $100 million? Anyway, I'm going to get the LMG, and I'm going to start taking out these guys. I took out one, but this guy's alive? All right, this is solid, weird camera angle. Luckily, I can be a little bit generous with my ammo. I will be healing after this, but what I'm gonna do is I'm using the LMG. I'm gonna take out, oh wait, no. Oh my God, really? All right, so minor glitch that can happen. The drills sometimes just don't take damage. Oh my God.
The drill is powerful.
Apparently, luckily, the way to bypass that is melee, which, there we go. Oh, wow, that was fast. Remember, a gun apparently does nothing. Hammer, everything. So that is drill number 1. Slightly awkward, and I do need to be careful. I do not want this board breaking just yet, and also, we are now safe for a bit. That's good. Now, I did not get stock, so what that means is this section is going to be a little bit tougher. If I had stock, I can get 3 skateboards. However, I do not have it, so luckily with some rerouting, we're going to be able to play a little bit safe, because these are going to be the final skateboard grabs of the game. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop that one, I'm going to take this hot dog, I'm going to eat it. Also, look at the way he eats hot dogs. He just... right from the top. You know, it's the right way, you know. Anyway, I get 2 skateboards from there, and I have the shotgun. The shotgun's really going to come in handy in a moment, and you'll see why. Because shotgun will actually one-shot TK's goons. While trying to get the 3 bullets with the assault rifles are nice, it's much more convenient to just have 1 shot. However, I'm going to need this ammo to stretch for a while, and I'm going to need safety ammo as well. So what I've been doing lately is going to be this version. This case has been run through so many different times in so many different ways, just because of all the goons here. As you saw, we actually had a bit of a risky area because I kind of got like turned around for some reason. So we're on the second one, which is going to be the Slot Ranch Casino. Slot Ranch is awkward because they kind of can perfectly hit you, and I'm going to dismount very early. The reason why is because the way the game functions is that it wants... do not do that. All right, good. Okay. That's good. Okay, we're safe. The way the game works is... Also, let me... There he is. The game is going to prioritize whatever you were in before you got grabbed. So if you're on a skateboard and you get shots, even if you get knocked off the board, Chuck will just get back on the board. Sir? Okay, there we go. Chuck will just get back on the board, so they can kind of keep you in an infinite loop doing that, which is a little bit unfortunate. As well, looks like I almost took out this drill here. I'm using all these assault rifles to save on ammo. I'm going to drop this, and I'm just going to have Chuck just kill a handle of whiskey here. It's here. It's... Look at him go. Just a man running around Vegas in his underwear. Oh, Chuck. But I do want to make sure... Nice. I do want to make sure that I am going to grab that shotgun because it is still here. As my boarding is pretty safe, so we could ghost board through the rest of this if needed. However, we've been pretty good on that, so we're just gonna take it on the right. And now we're entering one of the harder parts. And this is actually where I made my safety save because I had a practice run and the game just crashed. I beat the quote-unquote boss of the section, and then it just crashed. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen. I feel like I said that enough times that now it might. Which, if it does, I apologize in advance to the staff. All right, so Yucatan's hard for a few reasons. Mainly because the path that they can shoot is really, really far. So if you try coming on at a straight angle, what's gonna happen is they all just shoot you almost infinitely and they can keep that on. So I'm gonna hide behind the slot machines, this one right here. Looks like they're not aiming. By the way, they can hit you across the map. They just have the best guns in the world. That guy just lobbed a grenade. He might hit me. This is why we save shotgun ammo, which, oh, dude, what is that guy made out of? Apparently 3 shotgun shells. Okay, still a few here. That's more like it. Okay, there we go. We're getting a couple here. Also, they can also kill each other sometimes. Almost done. One more guy. This is why we don't have all the ammo. Good fight on Yucatan. Sweet. We're not quite done yet, though. Wait, where's all the camp? They blew them up. Oh, my God. They blew up all the beer and cake. There's like health items there, and they took all of them.
I have never seen that.
I've never seen that before. Wow, I didn't know that could happen. There's like a beer and a cake there, and it normally is the safety health, which I might grab one on the way now because luckily there's beer like littered everywhere here. There is actually a penalty for drinking too much alcohol in game, where I think if you drink like 3 in a row, Chuck will just start puking, which stuns you and takes a lot of time, so we don't want that. But now we're on the silver strip. This is where the last one will be, and this one's a little bit awkward and got labbed out a bit. The reason why is because we used to go on the left side, there were goons there, and you kind of just killed them all, because, you know, killing the goons is effective, right? What if I told you I've never had to kill any of them? It's just easier to do it that way. So what we're gonna do is, I'm just gonna go for the van. We're just gonna go for it. In fact, I think there's like a burger on the ground here. I might even take that just for safety. Come on, floor burgers are where it's at, right? Just find one on the ground, pick it up, and eat it. I mean, he took a random hot dog from like a counter in like an abandoned skate shop. Oh, it's a hot dog. Never mind, that's even better. All right, give me that. So we're gonna take the floor hot dog, and that's gonna be safe. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go right here, and we're gonna wait right by the sign. This is the current strat. We're just gonna gun it down. It's up to the kindness of TK's goons on how I'm gonna live. They seem to be getting me, which is why this case is so rough. If I'm getting stunned a lot, that's intended. Luckily, just the guy on the right, he has to reload because he shot me so many times. It should go down roughly around 40 ammo. Yep, there we go. And GG, that is run for the money, and we are out of the hardest case in the game. Alrighty, now it's time to make this run really fun. We're gonna make this definition of speed run super literal. So I've mentioned that that was the last skateboard I was gonna get. Obviously, I'm not that good at skateboarding because there's so many zombies and I can't weave through every single one of these. As well, some of the late game sections are going to increase the zombie count. As you play Dead Rising 2 or any Dead Rising game, the further you get in the game, the more numerous zombies get and the meaner they get. So the thing is, if I kept the skateboards the whole game, what would happen is eventually they'll break, I'll have to get more and more of them, and you know, that's not gonna be very good for us. So what I'm gonna do instead was, this was found when we actually ran another game called Dead Rising 2 Off the Record. It was found, I think, during the all boss, oh wait, I need that, give me that back. It was found during the all bosses category that there is an item that you can use, a mixed drink called Quick Step, that allows you to run really fast, and it actually works indoors in addition. As well, the speed's gonna be about on par as skateboarding, and in this game, it's a little bit interesting. The magazine I just picked up is going to increase the mixed drink effect by ×2. Normally it lasts for 1 minute, now it'll last for 2 minutes. So what I'm gonna be doing is just chaining this and making drinks when I can. We are going to need an LMG, which is why I dropped it, because you can only have one LMG at a time. My boarding is a little bit greedier than previously because I don't need this board in a moment. The LMG is right back here, spawns every time as long as you don't have one. We're going to do the opposite end, drop off right here, and it is time to let them cook. Why? We're going to begin cooking with Quick Step. So get rid of the board, get rid of the board. We now have gun and drink. I'm gonna have a couple of beers. This is a very delicate cooking recipe. So I'm gonna drop these on the ground, and I'm gonna drop our ingredients on the ground as well. Now for cooking, we're gonna need 4 bottles of wine. Clearly a great drink. Our first drink, wine and wine. That makes Quick Step. We're gonna grab more, and now we're gonna combine wine and beer till the end of time. Now, funny enough, I lied to you about the ingredients are. The ingredient is just wine in anything in the game. Wine in anything will make Quick Step. I have no idea why this is, but apparently just that's the game. Like, there's a whole chart dedicated to this. Also, I'm gonna take a couple of these, I'm gonna throw them over here. This is where stock comes in handy, depending on what I got. I'm gonna be very, very careful because I'm gambling right now that the next 2 level ups will give me a stock. You always make 5 regardless of what happens. We're gonna pick this up right here, and we're going to drink it. Which, by the way, if I had a cake from earlier, I could use that or even the hot dog, but I wanted to drink that. Anyway, say goodbye to the skateboard, we're abandoning it. Now it's time to run fast. You kind of see Chuck's just zooming around Vegas, and the upside here is that we have zombie shoving. If you run into zombie hordes for long enough, what's going to then happen is Chuck will kind of do a little shoving animation. That's gonna be quite ideal. As well, since I'm level 2, I have no stats. Boss fights are going to murder me. So, speaking of boss fights, Nelly, would you like to explain this boss fight?
Sure. So we have Crystal and Amber here. We're going to shoot Amber because she is just the closest to us. We only need to kill one of them. We don't need to kill both of them. And ideally, we're just going to burst fire at her, and she should be
dead.
Clear.
Perfect fight.
Awesome.
All right, and then talking about the burst fire that Nally mentioned, so holding down the button in this game is actually not a good idea, because if you're firing too many bullets, bosses have no. Wow. I got the worst RNG. Anyway, firing the gun, if you fire too many bullets, some of your bullets will drop because there's minor invulnerability. It's incredibly minor. It's not like Dead Rising 2 off the record. You can still hit things a lot. It just, you'll do more damage if you're burst firing, which is me just tapping the button intermittently instead of holding it down entirely. Anyway, you may have just heard me say, oh no. The reason why is because I have 4 stock. What normally happens here is you're bound to get 1 stock upgrade. From levels 2 through 10, I think it's like 2 stocks, 2 healths, range damage, a bunch of upgrades you can get, and some skills. So within the last 3 levels, I didn't get stock once, which is kind of bad. As a result of that, I'm actually going to have to deviate my route a little bit here. I'm on the worst route because I want to make sure I'm keeping as many quick steps as possible. That's why I made 5. So I have 3 on me. I drank 1 immediately for the fight. I drank 1 on the ground before I picked up this one, and I got rid of the LMG. If I had 5 stock, I can actually keep the LMG, and it would be coming handy for our next mission. However, I'm not going to have that, but luckily there's a backup strat we can use as well. It might just be a little bit dicey, but we should be okay. As well, you kind of see the effect of quick step. We're just running all the way back. This is a lot safer than boarding. Weirdly enough, if you're wondering why is it work in this game and not in other games, so in Off the Record, another Dead Rising game, boards are much stronger, you don't really need quickstep as much, and more importantly, only in Dead Rising 2 is the juice boost readily available. You find it right before the twins fight, so it's very easy to grab. And that's why it kind of was like the perfect cluster of things. And in addition to that, quickstep's also going to come in handy for some of the indoor sections, because you can't skateboard in the safe house. That's not allowed. They have a sign. You're not allowed to do it. However, in this game, you can quickstep in the safe house. So we're just going to run really fast, and Katie's going to be so amazed at her fast dad giving her her medicine, which she needs every day. Anyway, while we are the world's greatest dad, Kung Fu, do you have a couple of donations you'd like to read?
Oh, I sure do. We have $25 from me, Jessica, who says, is this the same guy who defeated the boss with spit? Big fan.
It is, yeah. Which we're going to talk more about that in a moment, which is going to be fun. Okay. Anyway, one more.
Okay, perfect. $25 from Robust Laser, who says, always love some Dead Rising 2. Put this towards saving the zombies. That's an option, right?
I mean, we haven't killed that many. Does that count?
Yes.
I count it. I count it.
Yeah.
Anyway, Katie has her medicine, which she does need every day. And now we're just going to zoom out of here. I always have to wonder how Katie feels about her dad and his various outfits just running and like... Because you can put on some real wacky outfits in Dead Rising, and like Katie is just always just ready for the medicine. She just needs her Zombrex. Exactly. Now we're going to be going up to the safe house. This is going to be like a stakeout mission where you're going to find out TK's next move, and it's going to be a helicopter. So in this game, we're actually fighting a helicopter. It's a really difficult fight, actually. Normally. However, we're going to be using a special tool that is going to allow us to get up to some shenanigans. Also, my quick step ran out, so I am actually just going to drink it right here. Also, he's lying. I saw no liquid pour out of that cup. He just like eats the cup. He's hungry. But I've opened an inventory slot with that quick step. We're going to be getting a little bit into awkward territory just because of the way this can go. 4 stock is not a kind place to put us, but we should be okay. Anyway, I really like that Kung Fu read out a donation talking about spit. The reason why is, well, last GDQ, we had a donation incentive, which was spitting on the final boss until he dies. It's fun, and while we don't get that exact thing, we are going to have something kind of fun with that. It's like, it's kind of weird that a lot of the Dead Rising games have to do with spits. I swear it's not intentional. It ends up just being faster sometimes. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be going to Ye Olde Toy Box. That is the name of the shop. And, you know, Dead Rising has a lot of different stores. It's kind of like indoor malls, stuff like that. You kind of get a lot of wacky weapons. And one of them is the toy spitball gun that just fires spitballs at people. So I'm assuming Chuck readied these himself. I don't know how he got 20 in there, but actually, is it worse if Chuck readies them himself, or would it be better if, like, someone else prepackaged it with their own spit?
Oh.
I mean, what if it's like a combine? What if they're prepackaged and he wanted it anyway? It's double damage. Anyway, we're going to be introduced to this game's snipers. They are the militiamen. They are 4 guys scattered across different roofs. I'm just mentioning this because they immediately go away. It's kind of funny. You can see Big Earl over there. He's actually not the largest of his group. He's just called that. But we're going to ignore him because by the time we're coming back to this plaza, we'll be hitting their despawn point. Anyway, this is going to be slightly awkward. I think I'm going to actually play it safe. The reason I'm going to do that is because I need to get a gun. So I'm going to drink my quick step slightly early, even though I'll have less quick step time, because I do not want to drink over here because I can get shot. Meanwhile, I'm going to grab the handgun behind the counter, and we're going to use this on TK's goon. It's going to be a little bit harder, but we're going to use power propane. That kills him. Oh, he got back up. Never mind. That explosion just like mildly tickled his back, apparently. Anyway, same thing with the looters. We're just going to keep popping them. 3 shots usually does it. This game actually has headshots pretty rewarding. The LMG would be nice here. I don't have it, but don't worry. We're getting ready for this boss. Now, the helicopter boss, they kind of want you to use guns, and if you don't have any guns, if you use throwable weapons on it, you can do a lot of damage. Now, the throwable weapons, you don't have to like lower the helicopter, and you have to throw things. It's a long process. It's going to weave in and out, and we're not going to do that. I'm going to spit on it. So spitball guns just destroy helicopters. I don't know what it's made out of, but yeah, we're just gonna use this. I do have to be careful not to miss any, because I miss too many, I don't win. And look, the helicopter's down with the power of spit. Like I said, very fitting donation read. Cheers to Foo for that.
Perfect.
Speaking of which, if you'd like to read 1 or 2, go for it.
Absolutely. Alrighty, we have $10 from Smexel, who says, had to donate for the person who got me into speedrunning and my favorite runner. Good luck on the run, Ecdycis, less than 3.
Thank you.
We've also got $25 from Sushi Elemental that says, fun fact, zombies like brains.
Ready to go.
How? I'll explain in a moment, but I think I just got the worst RNG in the game. From what I can tell, I got health. I don't know what the other upgrade was. I don't have any stock. That's fun, ain't it? Luckily, we're not going to need it entirely, but we'll make this, we'll move past, we'll make it work. Anyway, at this point of the game, we're about to go home. Oh, no, I got 1. Okay, I got 1. It lagged. Okay, we're not totally doomed. I was kind of scared for a second there because I didn't see the 5th one pop in. Normally you can kind of catch these early. Like if you see health grow, you got health. I didn't see stock when I was swapping. I was like, oh boy, am I gonna be good? Anyway, gas zombies are now in the game. They are annoying. This is also another reason why I don't be on the skateboard. Their thing is they are hyper aggressive and they also spit on you. If they spit on you, you are stunned until they grab you. It's rough. And now we're actually running low on quick step. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make more quick step. We're actually gonna be using coffee creamer this time. There's actually a massive list of ingredients that you can use. There's a deep world on the world of mixed drinks and Dead Rising. There's like a whole chart and everything. I made a whole video about it, talking about it. It's kind of in depth. Now the thing is, if you know this chart, you can play around a little bit more with different ingredients. The catch with quick step is you can only do it at blenders. We had a blender in the German restaurant. Now we're going to be going to a place called Pub of Gold, which I guess spoiler, it's not a pub and it's not gold. It's supposed to, it sounds like an Irish bar that you'd go to or like a pub. It's like a nightclub. But the upside of that nightclub is they just have a bunch of orange juice in there. And clearly a delicious drink is orange juice and coffee creamer. It makes you fast. That's what I'm assuming this game has, right? Like, clearly, it's gonna lie to me. So that's why I grabbed 3 coffee creamers. There are other ingredients I could use, like coffee and coffee creamer, which actually doesn't sound bad. But the thing is, I don't have 3 of those. Although you could actually do coffee and beer, which I don't know how that is, but it makes you fast, apparently, according to this game. We're also going to need a weapon for this boss fight coming up because we're hitting one of the harder bosses in this game. Luckily, we will have a strat for that, but I am going to be a little bit careful. As well, I can see my quick step's about to drop, which I can't tell if that's good or bad. It might be good, actually. So let's get blending. We're going to take our blender, and I'm going to make sure we're getting orange juice and coffee creamer. Which, in all fairness, I guess that's like an orange Julius or something, right? I suppose it's not that bad. There's much worse. All right, there we go. Got all the quick steps. I'm actually going to play it a little bit safe, just so I know my routing's going to be good. Which, there is a shotgun up here. I actually learned this from nallyq. It's a really good safety strat. I'm not going to go for that, though. The safety I'm doing is drinking quick step up here. What I'm going to do is there's a shotgun right over here with this guy. I'm going to kick him. Oh, no, I got spat on. There's a lot of spitting in this game. They do it, too. See, it's equal. Anyway, I stole the shotgun, which the shotgun is now here. We're gonna need 20 bullets. This is probably my favorite fight to do in the game. At least one of 2, I should say. This is like probably the one that I think you can really tell you're kind of mastering the area. I really want to mention as well, quickstep will be made here regardless of route. Even back when we weren't doing skateboards, we still had quickstep here. just because you need that movement speed. Your base movement speed is not enough to keep up with bosses. They move fast. And this guy's going to hit really hard, so stick with us here. What's going to happen is this is Boykin. He's a military general. He's panicking because his squad was killed by zombies. He's going to chuck a grenade at us. He's going to miss. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to shoot him in close range. I want to make sure I keep him dancing in this range, and I want to keep the bullets going. Now, would you like to describe the rest of this fight?
Yep, sure. So we are just going to basically use the shotgun to eliminate Boykin. We want to kind of get him stuck in an animation so that he just stays in a very specific spot without us getting damaged by him. By doing that, we can kind of circle in front of him, and he is gone.
Dead.
Nice.
All right, time for our last upgrade. Let's please bless this. Can I please get something good? I got... Hey, we got stock.
Nice.
Alrighty, it is a 1/5 chance to not get stock. And remember that little fact I told you earlier? So Rebecca's currently injured, we need to escort her back. We're gonna take a car. Now, cars move twice as fast if you hold the throttle button twice. So, regular, double. I'm now holding down on the keyboard forward and I'm holding down the gas button. We did not know this until like 2023. This game has been ran for like years. We just learned it because I want to give shout outs to Sweetola, another Dead Rising runner, an overall great friend. He just tried it and it worked. And I love the trick, but I hate that nobody tried it prior to that. Like it's just holding forward twice. It's like a speedrunner's dream. Anyway, while we are driving here, I am going to be slowing down, but we're just taking Rebecca back. We'll be drinking a quick step in a moment, just so we can make sure we're good to have her. But Kung Fu, if you would like to read some, please do.
Yeah, so funny you say that because we have $250 from Sweetola.
Hey!
It says, happy to see Dead Rising 2 get into SGDQ and happy to see Ek running. It's been a fun year watching this run change. Hopefully the game is nice. And Ek, remember, don't die now. Smiles.
He knows. Like this game in particular is very risky with this. So.
And then shout out to the Dead Rising speedrun community. Let me know if you want any more.
Absolutely.
Alrighty, sweet. We have $50 from Texan Red Wolf, who says, here's that 50 I promised for getting snowmobiles first try. Good luck, Ek, on Dead Rising 2.
Cheers to that as well. And I'm very proud of Texan and Tally's first GDQ debut as a duo. It was very nice being able to be a part of that as well. How about one more?
Sure. $50 from the Sound Defense, who says, is a hot dog a sandwich? It is if you eat it from the top the way Chuck does. Good luck, Ecdycis.
Let's go one more.
Alrighty, let's do $25 from Hudson, who says, let's go, Ecdycis. Always good to see my guys smashing it. Shout out to the Dead Rising community, too.
All right. So earlier I said quick step in the safe house. The zombies have broken into the safe house. It's no longer safe. Now it's just the house. So what's going to happen is zombies are here. And Nally, would you like to take over for this section?
Sure. So we're in the not safe house. It was previously the safe house. We've been here a couple of times before, but now there's zombies everywhere. What we need to do is close the door so that they stop entering the safe house. We need 3 items that are scattered throughout the area. The only problem is if we get kind of bombarded by zombies, we slow down to our normal walking or running speed.
So I also want to note in really quickly, I've watched Speed do this before, and there is a terrifying softlock that can happen, which is for that gas barrel. A zombie can hit you and knock it into the next room that you can't open. It's rare. So I was like, okay, thank God. Anyway, we're now on the spool of wire. There's that slowdown that Nally talked about. And we are almost out of here. The main mission is funny enough because you're clearing out the zombies, but you just have to do that by closing the door. Also, earlier I drank the quick step right before I picked up Rebecca, not only because I was running out, but I want to time it perfectly so that I'll run out at the end of this mission. This mission has a problem in that once you get to the end, it's going to hold you still for about 20 seconds?
Yeah.
It's long. You have to hack the panel and do this, which he used a spool of wire, a generator, and an oil tank. You can see it's running out there, and yeah, we're just gonna admire Chuck while we just mash through this. Funny enough, you don't have to kill the zombies. They just fade away when you're done. So we just need to close this gate. Let's have some fun with some donations.
Absolutely. We got $50 from Cam1881, who says, orange juice and coffee creamer sounds like a good way to move fast. You'll be running straight to the restroom. Loving the run. Good luck, Ecdycis. We've also got $25 from Cinnamon Roll. Get ready. Watching while making breakfast. May everyone's pancakes be cakey and their dead not rising.
All right, so now we're on 7-2, the only lead. At this point, there's a... I'm not going to say it, but there's an infiltrator inside the safe house who may not be working with us. So we need to find out who the traitor is. In order to do this, we're going to find the only lead. This is given from Rebecca. She's like, oh, there's like a thing happening here. Go to it, which is a nice way of doing it. As well, we're actually making our last round of quick steps of the whole game. And luckily, we do have stock 6. If you don't have it, it's really unlucky. But this time, I'm going to make my ingredients a little bit more optimally. I'm going to grab coffee, coffee creamer, and coffee again. Mainly because coffee creamer, coffee, we talked about that earlier, it works. However, with the coffee, the next blender we're going to is in Slot Ranch. I want to give credit to Pokesell for this one because he just realized that there was a blender there, which it's convenient because a while back we used to just go to Pub of Gold, which that takes time because it's out of the way. This is like right there and it's really convenient. The only downside is this is gonna sound weird, this is the hardest blender in the game. There's one guy who really, really wants to be a part of the show, I guess. So we don't want that happening. What we're going to be doing instead is we're just going to hope that he doesn't bug us while we make these drinks. Also, I'm going to pre-gather the ingredients. So I'm going to cut over to the right here, and we're going to just hop on the counter, and I'm going to drop my gun. I need one of these beers, because like I said, we're going to be using coffee and beer. As well, pizza time. It didn't work. Oh my God, I just kept going. Oh, no, it did work. Okay. Yeah, all right, we're good. See? Yes, pizza. See, you think that's blood? No, it's just pizza. All right, we got all the quick steps. That was pretty nice. I didn't get grabbed. As well, the assault rifle. I actually didn't talk about this with the Boykin fight, but I made sure that I didn't use the last shotgun shell, because while I actually could have killed him, I needed the assault rifle, because if I didn't do that, it would teleport me away from it, and I'd have to do a walk of shame back. This is going to be much nicer, because we're going to be having an upcoming boss fight. I call it that because the game calls it a boss. Is it a boss? Up to you to decide. I think it's the hardest boss in the game. I'm lying to you. It's probably, maybe. Anyway, here's the actual hardest boss in the game. Nally, how do you feel about this door?
Definitely my favorite boss for sure.
For some reason, you just can't enter it. It's slippery. I mean, I guess his hands are covered in like expired hot dogs, orange juice, coffee creamer, so maybe they are slippery. All right, so my quick step should be running out in one moment here. And these gas zombies actually aren't going to bug me, which is nice. Actually, when's my quick step running out? Like, when did I take it? What? Oh, there it is. Okay, I was like, it's lasting a surprising amount of time. So before I get to the danger, I'm going to drink it outside. Like I said, these guys are kind of attracted to that door, so we're going to ignore them. Now, credits to Swede, because I ran this game for years. And I always thought this was a hard mission because I always thought the move was, hey, we're going to go on the right side, we have to kill 4 dudes, we have to like platform, they're going to shoot at us. Swede taught me there's stairs here. He just one day said, oh yeah, there's stairs here. I've never known this. He was just surprised. I asked him how long they're there. He said since 2010. Apparently, I just never knew. And the thing is, it turned one of the hardest sections of the game into a cakewalk. And especially, like, this is the boss fight. It's 2 dudes. I'm just going to kill them. Why? Oh, hold on. Wait. Okay, we're good. And they're there. That's the boss. All right, now we're getting to the true final boss. Well, the final boss. There was an older route where we used to grab sniper rifles, and these sniper rifles would be a safe spot to shoot this boss, because we're level 8. This boss is kind of supposed to be a fist fight, and there's anti-gun mechanics in it. We're going to bypass them, obviously. But we used to use a sniper rifle, which is much safer. Then we had a member of the community join called Bear Squire, which shout-outs to him for that. But he had the idea, like, hey, the shotgun's really good. What if we just use that? So he started grabbing shotguns from that mall there, and then he tried it out, and we realized that it was like a good 30 seconds faster. Now this got more fun because I realized there's a shotgun over in the Yucatan. So by combining that idea, I just started grabbing the one in the Yucatan, and now everyone grabs one in the Yucatan, and now it's like minutes faster than the old route because we don't need to get those sniper rifles. We are approaching the final boss of the game, though. I do want to say as well, just because of time skip, the whole mod here, the category is going to be ending A. We're not doing overtime. Overtime, weirdly enough, also isn't canon to this game. This game has a weird sense of story in that the don't do the TK as infected mission is canon because Frank West comes and saves you in a DLC called Case West, which, spoilers, as a speedrun, you wait for 2 hours. I got rolled directed in that game recently because I owned a Series X. It just paid for it because console gaming is fun, isn't it? Also, I'm low on health right now, and I probably get to heal up soon with a quick step, but if you would like to be some donations, please do.
Yeah, of course. We do still have a bunch to read. $10 from El Yoni, who says, woke up just in time to watch my favorite streamer run one of his favorite games. Here's hoping we hit 500K this morning. Hopefully Chuck has enough gasolina in him this run.
2 more.
Already $15 from Ellis, who says, let's go, Ek! Awesome DR2 run! Love it here. And then we've got $20 from Mecha Fly Guy, who says, just had to donate during Ecdycis' run. Your Twitch chat community is happy to see you at SGDQ.
All right, and we are back to the safe house, and we're going to learn who the traitor is. Do you have any guesses? I think it's Chuck.
I think it's Katie.
You know what? Maybe it is. She did get a lot. We have no Zombrex anymore.
That is true.
The answer is it's Sullivan. He did it. It's Kurt Russell. He just looks like him, but also I don't know what he sounds like or anything. But yeah, Sullivan's the traitor. He's meant to be like the tough guy, and now he doesn't like Chuck. I'm actually gonna make a save right here. Actually, I don't want to make it here. I'm making one later. I mean, either way, just in case. We are now going to have to save Katie and Stacy. The reason why is because, well, I guess it's obvious. They're in danger. But also, Sullivan doesn't have any Zombrex. I mean, we don't either, but Sullivan definitely doesn't. Maybe we can find some. He's not going to give her his Zombrex. So we're now going to be running to the final boss. Like I said earlier, I'm actually going to be grabbing a shotgun over in the Yucatan, and the quick step should last us the whole way. Ideally, this quick step will last me all the way to that final elevator. I'll be saving the game one more time right before then, just because, well, we have been doing good. I don't want to take anything to chance. We're kind of running through the, pretty much to the end game here. The zombies have been too bad, but you can kind of see why Quickstep became so ingrained in this game. Which, it's kind of funny as well, because I talked about Dead Rising 2, Dead Rising 1, and Dead Rising 2 off the record, but they're really different runs with a lot of different things. So if you run off the record, you don't do half the stuff. And the reason why I want to mention that is just because I'm really proud of the way Dead Rising 2 has evolved over the past year. Like last year I mentioned I got on backup, and in that past year alone, so much has evolved with this. We have this new final boss strategy, we have ghost boarding, we found stairs, I can't believe it, they're there the whole time. But I'm just really proud of the Dead Rising community and how far we've come through all this. Hell, even in many of the other Dead Rising games, there have been further accomplishments. So I guess it's my way of saying thank you to the Dead Rising community, and shout-outs to them as well. Anyway, if you'd like to read a couple more donations for this final boss.
Yeah, for sure. Alrighty, we have a, all right, I'll do this one. $50 from Kaladar, who says, okay, what do you do if a zombie needs help?
What?
You give him a hand.
Aww.
Okay, $5 from Miku Sauce, who says, happy to see Ecdycis and nallyq at GDQ repping the horror game or horror stream community. Chug all those drinks and let's bring Katie home. For Katie!
All right. So, Quickstep's still active. We're going to just shoot the guy right up here, which, by the way, the LMG is still there in case you want that, but this guy just has a shotgun. He always has. I shoot him because if you punch him, the gun can fall through the wall. It's rare, but it can happen. Anyway, as well, I mentioned I'll be making a safety save. Well, this has been a pretty good run so far. I'm not one to, you know, take any chances. So we're going to go to the restroom, which all in Dead Rising, it's just bathroom. So here you go, Chuck. I needs a break. He's been running all day. You know how much he's drank? Like, how many quick steps has the man chugged? Needs a break. But also, he's fast, so Chuck's not going to practice proper bathroom etiquette, and he's not going to wash his hands. All right, there we go. Kick. I don't have to worry about any damage because I'll be drinking my last quick step. We've timed this almost perfectly. And here we go. We're about to kick it into high gear. So the Sullivan boss fight is going to be similar to the boss fight in Dead Rising 1 of Brock, if you remember that one. The idea here is that you have to fist fight him on a platform. You can actually use melee weapons, but if you use guns, he'll normally have ways of kind of preventing you from doing that. However, since we have quick step and we can route this well, this took a lot of practice to get down, so I'm really hoping it's not going to go bad. All right, boss fight time. What we're going to do is we're going to hop on his platform, and the way it's going to work is that he's going to shimmy in certain ways and make noises. He's going to, oh my god! Look at him go! Oh no, okay. Let's play it safe. Vodka's the answer, right? That's oh my god, is that a missile? Okay, vodka? Okay, this is safety vodka. I gained like 1 health. You know what? Better than nothing. Okay, let's get back up there. Anyways, back. I'm gonna run away. All right, there's the dive. All right, now we're good. He's gonna do 3 of those. When he starts shimmying, I'll start moving to the right. That's it. Oh, the missile. Hey, sushi. There's a grenade. Chuck, grab the sushi. Don't die. I'm 1 hit away from death right now. So let's play it very safe. This has been so risky. Oh my god. All right, luckily I ate a bunch of sushi. I actually did that before I got here, funny enough. Okay, what a fight. All right, we're cooking this time. Time's coming up in a second. When Sullivan's health is down, we're good to go. By the way, I like how he got hit by his own missile, and time! He's dead! Whew. Oh my god, wait, did I just get a 53? That's RTA. Wow, I don't know how I did. I went, wow. What's my estimate again?
I think your estimate was just at an hour.
Wow, I went 7 minutes under estimate. Cool, so I guess we probably have a moment just to see what happens to old Sullivan here. He won the fight, by the way. He was just faking the whole time. So what do you think's going to happen to Sullivan?
I think he is going to get a crisp high five from Chuck.
He might.
He might.
Also, how strong is this man's belt? Because he's just dead. He just gets torn in half. Chuck knew he had no Zombrex. And also, you know, he was, I guess, the traitor there. But yeah, this is the end of Dead Rising 2. This is pretty good. I think we can watch a little bit of this cutscene here. But one, I do want to say thanks all again to the Dead Rising community for just being very welcoming and also just I've been there for years, so it's quite nice to do these. As well, I am Ecdycis. I do a lot of horror games, and I've run over like 100 of them or something at this point. So if you ever like spooky stuff, Dead Rising, Silent Hill, Clock Tower, any horror game at all, I probably do it. So check me out on Twitch, check me out on anything. That's the shot there. I don't know if we're going to watch the whole ending here. It does end on a weird note that goes to Case West. But, yeah, I guess there's the phone. Chuck's just standing here. How cold is that, by the way? He's on the roof in Vegas in his underwear with a man's legs next to him. But then we get the ending where Katie finally gets saved, hopefully. Depending on if they cut it off or not, she does get saved. If they don't, he's going to get eaten by zombies. Also, would you like to say some words as we leave?
Sure. Thank you for having me on your couch, first off. And shout outs to the Dead Rising community. You guys are honestly amazing. I have not been in a community that is more friendly.
I want to give nallyq props as well because I was literally walking around SGDQ last year. I saw her playing Dead Rising 2, and then I learned some very obvious tricks, like you can just jump better. So it's always nice to have that. Anyway, thank you all for watching. We'll assume they have a happy ending here, and cheers.
All right, another awesome run by Ecdycis. Good work, dude. Okay, to try to fit in a few more of these, we do have $50 from Mona0083, who says, Games Done Quick is one of my favorite events to watch, and Ecdycis is my favorite streamer to watch. I may go for a hamburger or hot dog and a smoothie later. Yeah, I wonder why. Honestly, I want all of that as well. And $25 from Mindless Spit, who says, love seeing Ecdycis on the GDQ stage, helping to earn money for a good cause. And with that, we are gonna take a nice little break. Feel free to go to gamesdonequick.com, check out all those awesome prizes and other things, and learn more about what's coming up on the schedule. And we'll be right back. Alrighty. And we are back with some more Summer Games Done Quick 2023. Oh, it's been so fun. I'm tired, but I'm having such a blast watching all these runs, being a part of the scary block. And want to fit in one more quick donation from $25 from Jay. You can tell I'm tired. Who says, had to donate during my favorite block and one of my favorite runners. I just hope Ecdycis kept some quick step for the other runners. We're going to find out. We also have $50 from Dark Quelling, who says, good luck and keep up the great runs, chefs. $25 from Anonymous, who says, awesome event as always. And $50 from Greetings from Germany, who says, it's the best time of the year again, less than 3. We have $100 from Metal Gear, ? No comment, but thank you so much. And $100 from Brian NG. Also no comment, but thank you very much. $50 from Terrarios, who says, hey you. Yes, I'm talking to you. You're doing a good job. Don't worry about that thing earlier. You rock, and nothing changes that. Oh, thank you. $25 from Zamped saying, oh, loved that RE6 run, donating for Mario Odyssey. Keep in mind, we're also over $2,000 now for that Gauntlet Bad Exit Showcase. We need $5,000 to see it. That is coming up in just a few hours. So if you want to see a Bad Exit Showcase, make sure to get your donations in for that. And when you're donating, mark the incentive that you want to see as you donate. We have $50 from Grim with no comment, but thank you so much. And another $100 from Anonymous. You know, Anonymous is a very generous donator. Oh my gosh, another $50 from Anonymous. I'm telling you. Thank you very much. $50 from Tumbleweed, who just says, less than 3. Right back at you. We do have $25 from Did You Know Gaming. It says, shout out to Kungfufruitcup, always a great energy, much love. And that's very kind. It's very kind, thank you. We've got $25 from Teach. Thank you so much for your donation. And $20 from Steven. Thank you very much, Steven. And with that, it is now time for the awesome Shark Hat doing some Kidnapped Any %. Take it away, my dude.
All right, thank you.